Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. I was getting ready for bed and I was going, oh, I have story time. And you know, I love to read before I go to bed, so we're going to read before you go to bed tonight. And I am so excited to see you, and I'm all ready. After I read story time, I'll be ready to go to bed. So welcome, and we're going to do the check-in and see how your day's been and see how my day was. Well, let me think. I had kind of a rainbowy day because I got to have my grandkids come over this afternoon, and they had recess out in the front yard. And socially distanced, they were riding their bikes and entertaining me. And so I was feeling like a rainbow sunny day. Why don't you all check in at your house and see how your day was? How's schooling going? How's staying home going? Huh? Okay, great. Well, last time we met, I told you about a little turtle that I found on my walk at the college that was dead, which made me very sad. But it helped that I could write in my journal or draw. I drew a picture of the little turtle. And then talking to you about it, I felt so much better. But as the week went on, I kept coming back to it, and it started making me mad that that little turtle didn't survive. So I thought, I'm going to read a book that I like that's tonight, that it's about being mad. And you know what? Being mad's okay. It's just, how do we handle being mad? And I'm going to let you know some things that I do. But we are going to start with this book, and this book is said, I Am So Mad by Mercer Mayer. I wonder if you've seen these books. There's lots of them. And every one of the book, they have a special friend with the story. And this one's a mouse, I think, or a rat. So you look at every page and try to find the mouse or the rat. I wanted to keep some frogs in the bathtub, but Mom wouldn't let me. I was so mad. I wanted to play with my little sister's dollhouse, but Dad wouldn't let me. You know, look at that. He's got his head stuck in that little dollhouse. He looks kind of, everybody's upset, can you tell? Let's do an angry face right now. Mad face. Okay, good. I was so mad. I wanted to play hide and seek in the clean sheets, but Grandma said, no, you can't. I was so mad. Do you see the little mouse in the pictures? I wanted to water the garden, but Grandpa said, no, you can't. And you notice he blasted the water to the tomatoes. Hey, have you started your garden yet? So I decided to decorate the house, but Grandpa said, no, you cannot do that either. Was I ever mad? Dad said, why don't you play in the sandbox? I didn't want to do that. He's getting mad, isn't he? Mom said, why don't you play on the slide? I didn't want to do that either. I was, guys, so mad. I wanted to practice my juggling show instead, but Mom said, no, you can't. Do you know why? He was juggling eggs. I wanted to tickle the goldfish, but Mom said, leave the goldfish alone. I don't think goldfish like to be tickled. You won't let me do anything I want to do, I said. I guess I'll just run away. That's how mad I was. Have you ever been that mad? Let's see what happens. So I packed up my little red wagon with my favorite toys. And of course, I packed a bag of cookies to eat on the way. Sorry, my page got stuck. Then I walked out the front door, but my friends were going to the park to play ball. Can you come, they asked. And then he goes and asks his mom, and it's like a little bubble. He's talking to her and he says, can I go? And Mom said, I could. I'll run away tomorrow if I'm still so mad. You know what? He wasn't mad anymore because someone came alongside and cheered him up. You know, what we do at Jessica's house when we're mad, we do this project. We get wet sponges, really wet sponges, or wet paper towels. And we throw them on the ground, or we throw them on the fence, and we name our feelings. So just like this. I get the wet sponge like this, and I throw it at the sponge. I am so mad that that little turtle died. I am so sad that that turtle died. You know what? After I get done throwing the sponge or the wet paper towels, and then I pick them up, I felt so much better. And I think that would be a great idea for you if your family, if you're having a hard time, go get sponges. Throw them on the hot cement because it's really hot, or on the fence, but don't forget to pick them up. Now I've decided that we need a silly book. Another way to deal with being mad is reading a silly book. And our next book tonight is just a silly book. In fact, I'm kind of dressed up for this silly book. It's called The Napping House by Audrey Wood and illustrated by Dawn Wood. Oh, I wonder how many of you have read this book. It is pretty special. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. And in that bed, there's a granny. I'm a granny. A snoring granny. I probably do snore. On a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny, there's a child, a dreamy child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that child, there is a dog, a dozing dog, on a dreamy child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog, there's a cat, a snoozy cat, on a dozy dog, on a dreamy child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Oh boy, I'm getting sleepy already reading this. And on that cat, there is a mouse, a slumbering mouse, on a snoozy cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreamy child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Uh-oh. And on that mouse, there is a flea. Can it be a wakeful flea on a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreamy child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping? Are you guys getting tired? Let's find out what happens. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse, who scares the cat, who claws the dog. Look at the dog. It's like, ah. Who thumps the child. Look at everybody's face on this page. Everybody's face, the expression on their face is like, what? Who bumps the granny. Look at this. Who breaks the bed. Look at the bed. It just breaks. In the napping house, where no one now is sleeping. And look at that. They're all running in the yard and they're smiling. And they're, oh, look at the rainbow in the picture. It's so cool. And you know what? I love this because it's really important. It's really important to get a good night rest. That's why I always read before I go to bed, just like I'm dressed up now. But before I finish, I have an activity for you, a fun activity that you and your family could do together, or your friends that you live with, or your grandparents. But it's a bird feeder. And I have a few bird feeders in my yard. A hummingbird feeder, and I have like a bird feeder with seeds. But I was thinking that it would be great, and let me get you my idea, because of that napping house, they had some big trees. You could do this. You can get, I got a bagel. It's kind of, and I spread it with pineapple. I spread it with peanut butter. You also can get a pine cone and do this. And then you spread it all over both sides, and then you put birdseed on it. You can order birdseed, and you can hang it in your yard with a string like this. And it is so cool because the birds can go and eat on that and probably lick the peanut butter. They probably like that. But then the fun thing is that you're able to watch the birds as they're eating. And I have to tell you a story. My friend lives in Virginia, which is on the other side of the United States. She sent me a picture of a bird feeder outside her window with a dark blue bird. Not a blue jay, but it was a little dark blue bird. And she looked it up, and it's some special name, and it's very unusual. But she said it was so cool because she had put a bird feeder outside her window, and that bird flew in. So maybe you might see something really special after you have a good night's rest and you go outside the next day. So this is a great idea for your family to do. So now, boys and girls, it is almost time for us to end. But before we go, let us gather together, and we're going to sing our song. And one thing is really important. I want to hear you sing it loud, because I don't want to do it by myself. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. I am safe and I am strong. Take a breath and sing this song. I am growing strong each day. Everything will be okay. I am safe and I am strong. Take a breath and sing along. And one thing I want you to remember is wash your hands 20 seconds, drink lots of water, and remember to eat really, really good. And I'm so glad you joined us tonight, and I hope you will join us again. And remember, keep breathing, keep moving, and you matter to me. I love you. I think I'm going to sleep on my chair tonight. I'm really tired after those 2 books. Good night.